Well, good morning, Center of Hope. It is good to be back doing videos. I haven't done one in, quite a long time now. Dean did some vacation and I did some vacation before that. And we've just been really busy, so we haven't put money out over the last little bit. This morning, I want to talk to you about the difference between believing and trusting, because there is a big difference, whether you know it or not. Um, People say things to me like, I believe in God. And I want to respond with, well, I believe in the sun, or I believe in the grass, or I believe that cars drive down the street. So what? What does it mean to believe? Do you just believe that he exists? There's a passage in the letter that James wrote to the church. He says, you believe that there is one God. Good. Even the demons believe that and shudder. So funny enough, James says even the demons believe in God, but I'm pretty sure the demons believing in God is not making any real difference in their life. It's kind of an interesting thought, isn't it? You see, to me, there's a big difference between belief and trust. We can believe in something all we want, and believing in it does not mean that that belief accomplishes anything. Actually, what's more important than just believing is trusting. Um, Solomon, who is, according to the Bible, the wisest man ever to live, wrote this. He said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Now, interestingly enough, this is from the book of Proverbs, and these two verses I've just read are basically saying the same thing twice in different words. He starts off by saying, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. So, trusting in the Lord with all our heart and not leaning on our own understanding. Basically, there's a contrast here. The contrast is, if we are going to trust in the Lord, it means that we're not going to try to do things in our own strength and in our own knowledge and our own intelligence and our own ability to do things. Basically, that doesn't work. The person who just believes in God is a person who generally just does things in their own understanding. Whereas the person who trusts God knows that their way is not actually going to accomplish anything. And so they trust in the Lord with everything that's within them, and they're not leaning on their own understanding. So belief and trust are different. Belief is, I believe that something exists. Trust is I'm actually going to put my faith, my trust, my entire being into leaning on whoever that is or that thing and expecting that it's going to hold me up. The verse goes on to say, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your path. Another word we can use instead of acknowledge there is submit. In all your ways submit to him and he will make straight your paths. Now that's an interesting little statement there. I've always known this verse in the translation that says, in all your ways acknowledge him. What I think is interesting is that one of the versions I read recently used the word submit instead. And that, when I spent some time thinking about this the one day and going, why did this particular translation use the word submit and not acknowledge? I think the submit is actually a better translation. And I think it's a better translation because what ultimately God has called us to do is to basically say, God, you're the boss. You're the Lord. Your way works. My way doesn't. And so therefore, I'm going to bow my knee to you and let you be the one who runs the show. You see, we can believe in something, believe it exists, believe in its power and so on and so forth, but not lean on it, not trust it to do anything for us. On the other hand, we can trust in somebody or something and lean on it in such a way that we're submitting to its power or that person's power. In this case, what we're saying is trust in God, submit to his way of doing things, and he will make straight your paths. Now, what does that mean, straight your paths? What it means is that God is going to direct us. I got to tell you, I've learned over my years, and I'm not, old. I'm like almost 45, but I'm not old. And I've learned that when I try to direct my own path, things oftentimes go sideways. I'm dealing with a situation right now in my life. Some of you know that I lost both my dogs in the beginning of COVID back in March, and I've been wanting to get another dog since then. And I've come across a breeder in the United States in Wisconsin that I really like. Him as a breeder, he breeds some really really nice Irish setters, and so I've been waiting for a litter to come along that he's put together. And so my pup has been born in the last week or so, and I have basically till November to try to find a way to get it over the border and do all the transportation stuff. And so far I'm coming up short. I haven't been able to figure this out. And so I keep taking this back to God and saying, God, I trust you that you're going to work this out. You know what? I have to put it on the table that if I trust God in this, God's answer might be that I'm not getting a dog right now. I don't like that, but if that's what God wants, I know that's ultimately going to be best for me, and it'll be best for my family as well. And so I'm trying not to lean on my own understanding, because my own understanding is, you know what? I need a dog right now, and it would be perfect timing for me to get a dog. And maybe that's not the case. So what I keep doing every day is submitting to God, saying, God, I give this to you. I'm trusting that you're going to take care of this for me. I'm not just believing that he's powerful. I'm trusting that his power can influence this situation, either to teach me to trust him more, or it could be that he comes through and on this particular thing and I get that dog in November, or maybe I have to wait. Either way, he will make straight my paths. He will guide me. He will take care of this. So let me ask you the question. Are you the type of person who says, oh, I believe in God, and it stops there? Or are you the type of person that says, I believe in God and I trust him to bring about his best interests for me and to take care of me in everything that I walk through in life? You see, the one is just a belief and nothing more. The second is one that enters into a relationship and sees God as a benefactor, and we're going to benefit from being in that relationship because God is going to take care of us. I leave that question with you. And if any of you are thinking about this and wondering about this and going, hey, I never thought about a difference between believing and trusting, by all means, come and talk to Dean or I about it. We'd love to chat with you. And maybe we can help guide you a little bit along with that. So I leave that with you today, guys. It's good to be doing these videos again. And feel free to come by and say hi if you want to chat. Have a good one, guys.